Hi guys, how are you doing today? My name is Natalia and today I want to talk to you about speaking English in a way that's confident and without so much stress and worry and fear. Because so many of the people that I work with come to me and say that they can speak English in professional contexts, in professional situations, because they feel that everyone else is just better than they are and they don't have the confidence to speak up in a meeting. So today I want to share with you 3 ways and 3 methods which will help you build the confidence that you need to speak English in meetings, when you need to make a phone call in English, give a presentation or whatever it is, okay? So let's jump straight into those tips and methods. The first thing that you need to remember about is try to convince yourself that you can do it, that you can speak English in professional contexts. And I'm not talking about lying to yourself, but I'm talking about changing the beliefs, changing the story that you tell yourself on a daily basis. You know, when I work with people, usually in the first session, they provide all the arguments why they cannot speak English well, why they cannot speak English in meetings. And their arguments are really, really strong, very convincing. For example, they say, I don't have any talent to speak English, so it's not possible for me to do it in a meeting, in a professional situation. Or they say, you know, I didn't learn English in primary school, so, well, I'm just falling behind everyone else. Like, there are so many young people speaking English confidently without any hesitation, and I'm just behind. And so it's impossible for me to do it well in a meeting. Or they say, some of them say that their parents didn't speak English, weren't talented in the area of languages, so naturally they just don't have this talent in their genes to speak English well. Yeah, so take a look. All of these arguments are so strong. Yeah, I almost believe them myself when you share those with me during the sessions. But take a look. What is the point of repeating, reiterating the same story, yeah, and reviewing in your mind the same story all the time, the same arguments? Like, in the end, you don't get anything in return. Yeah, you still can't speak English in those meetings. You're just reinforcing and consolidating the same story that you've been telling yourself throughout your whole life. There is really no advantage and no upside to it. So what I would like you to do starting today is, instead of constantly convincing yourself that you cannot do it, start convincing yourself that it's possible for you to start speaking English confidently and courageously. Start creating or looking for arguments which will show you that yes, it is possible for you. Yeah, maybe you could start with changing this narrative in your mind a bit and saying, for instance, that yes, it is possible for me to speak English because I did it in the past. Maybe it wasn't perfect, but I actually did it. And yeah, I didn't die. Nothing serious happened. I spoke up in a meeting. Yeah, so yeah, it is possible. It is possible for me. It's somehow available. Yeah. Maybe you could say that, well, I'm a human being, I'm able to learn new things, I'm able to take a risk, so I believe that maybe not right now, maybe not today, but in the future, when I build my skill, I will be able to pick up the phone and speak English, or to go to a meeting or a conference and give a presentation in English. Yeah, take a look. This kind of story, these kind of arguments, yeah, they create something positive in your life. Yeah, because slowly but surely you are convincing yourself that something that wasn't possible in the past is now becoming a more possible viable option for you. Yeah, so starting today, I want you to start to try to convince yourself that you can speak English, that you can do it, that if you put the effort into this practice, you will be able to speak English confidently and in a very professional way in meetings, okay? So that's the first step. The second step is about creating challenges. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're like most people, we try to avoid challenges at all costs. Yeah, we try to make sure that, well, if there is a meeting in English, I will make sure that it's not me who will be attending it. Yeah, so we try to look for different ways out. Yeah, and starting today, I want you to try to create challenges on purpose, create them very intentionally. What kind of challenges am I talking about? Well, for example, I would like you to try to think of actions that you can take which will help you practice English. Maybe you will find a colleague, a friend that has the same goal of learning English, and you will meet or talk to one another from time to time in English. Maybe you will, instead of running away from all the opportunities in which you would speak English, perhaps you could volunteer and say, okay, I would like to attend this meeting, I would like to make this phone call, I know it's gonna be difficult, but I want to take on this challenge, I want to do it. Yeah, so instead of hiding and running away, you are now proactively looking for challenges, whether they are small or big, that depends on you. Yeah, I'm not suggesting that now, if you've been afraid of speaking English for many years, that now you should be presenting in front of a huge audience. It's not the point, because your brain will definitely talk you out of that. But create something that you feel is outside of your comfort zone, but still possible, still manageable for you. Okay? So the second step, create challenges actively. And number three is about using those challenges not against yourself, but for yourself and for your progress. What do I mean by that? Well, take a look. Maybe you've decided to take on a challenge. Yeah, you decided to go to a meeting which is in English, and you forgot everything, or maybe you didn't understand what people were saying. Yeah, and so after this meeting you might say, well, I took a challenge, I did something challenging for myself, and it failed completely. I failed completely. And you might say, okay, so that's the reason for not doing it again. That's something I'm not suggesting, I'm not advising that. But you can also approach it differently. You could say, okay, it failed, like, let's take a look at it. Yeah, like, what happened actually after you process those emotions? Take a look at the situation and try to analyze what happened. Why didn't I understand? Is there something that I need to improve in my English? Maybe I could practice listening on a daily basis. Maybe I could enrich my vocabulary in a given field, so that in the next meeting, in the next conversation, I will have those words that I need. Yeah, so take a look. You're creating challenges, and then you're learning from them. The goal of creating a challenge is not to succeed really, but to create a space which will provide some lessons for you. Yeah, so that's really the goal. Okay, so take a look. We have 3 steps. Yeah, the first one is to convince yourself that it's possible for you. The second one, create challenges. And the third one, learn from those challenges. Okay, so I really encourage you to do that. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you next time.